You are listening to episode 13 of the 3 Count Podcast, the podcast which covers the week's events in the world of wrestling. So, let's get started.
This is the 3 Count Podcast with your hosts, Aaron Phelan, Adam Barlow, and Michael Titley.
Hey everybody, Aaron Phelan here with Michael Titley.
Hello.
And Adam Barlow.
Hiya.
Welcome to the 3 Count Podcast. If this is your first time listening, then thanks for coming. The 3 Count Podcast is produced every week for your enjoyment and our amusement. So let's get into the show. So I think it's an appropriate place to start with NXT first, as usual.
Damn right.
I presume you did watch it, Adam?
Of course.
I presume you didn't watch it, Mike?
Yeah, to be fair though, I'm actually thinking about watching this NXT Takeover.
Well, that's the plus side at least. It seems
So go on,
we could get you interested in it. Well, I'll sell you on it next week. How about that? It's the last NXT before it next week, so I'll sell you on it then.
If you want to help yourself, if you want to get a head start, watch the interview that Kevin Owens had with Michael Cole. That was fantastic.
Oh yes, definitely.
No, that's fine. I'll let Aaron sell me on it rather than Michael Cole. Can't sell where this country's from. Man, fucking hell.
So anyway, we started off, I believe, with Charlotte versus Emma this week. Was that right? Yeah.
That was correct. Yeah.
Good match with these two. I was surprised to see Emma was facing Charlotte. To be honest, I thought she was gonna fight someone a bit lower on the NXT rankings, but she didn't. She lost. Thoughts?
Wait, who lost?
Emma.
Oh, I thought you was going to say Charlotte.
No. Sorry, I was saying that. I thought Emma would have.
Emma would have faced someone.
So she'd get a win, but I was surprised to see her lose.
Same. Well, I'm liking where they're going with this thing with Bayley though, and I'm loving that aggressive side of Bayley as well.
Oh yeah, it's really good to see that aggressive side from her.
Yeah, but as for the match between themselves, that was really good as usual. There's never a bad women's match.
I was going to say, there's never a bad women's match on NXT, is there? There was great stuff from them too.
That could have been the main event, and it would have been
it really
acceptable.
could have been. Yeah, definitely. The women's wrestling on NXT, as we always state, is fantastic stuff. It's a shame that's not reflected on the main roster. Hopefully one day it is. But I suppose we've just got to live with what it is at the minute, I suppose. So we did move on then to a match that, I don't know, I've been looking forward to, really. I know it wasn't built up or anything, but since Bull Dempsey debuted, really, I've always threw up the comparisons to Rhino. So this was, I won't say a dream match, but
yeah,
it was fun to see, I suppose.
I love how Bull Dempsey can just lose and still look as great.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, I'm not a massive fan of Bull Dempsey. He's a bit of a talent that's just floating about in NXT and don't really seem to be up to much. But it was a nice, quick little match, I suppose, from them two, putting Rhino over. I think
he makes quick matches still look great, and I think that's hard to do, especially in this day and age.
Yeah, definitely.
So yeah, I find it really impressive. Rhino's obviously, it's leading up to this thing with Baron Corbin as well. Do you think that's going to be a good match?
I don't know about good match. I mean, it'll probably be an interesting match. I'll give it that. I don't think it's going to live up to the rest of the matches that are going to be on the card, but
it's going to be the forgotten match, I reckon.
Yeah, I imagine so. I think the crowd's definitely going to be very pro Rhino in that match. Maybe we'll be discussing before
we'll discuss that more.
Yeah, what we think of that, but I do think it's going to be a bit of not worse. I wouldn't like to say worse, but not as good as the other matches on the card. Like I said, we will discuss that more. But it was good to see Rhino getting a victory over Bull Dempsey. Bull Dempsey sold that spear really well. Like, it looks so good.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah.
Not spear, I should say gore.
Gore. Sorry, Mike seems to have been disconnected from this record.
No, I'm back now.
Oh, he's back. Okay, sorry.
It keeps disconnecting for some reason.
Oh, that's fair.
Well, it's a good job your input isn't. Good job your input is valid at this point.
Isn't my strong suit.
Anyway,
should we just kick you out of it again?
This time, you kicking me out genuinely?
No.
Because it's disconnected 3 times now.
No, honestly, I've not touched anything.
Anyway, let's roll on with the show.
Anyway, so
we will do happily.
Yes.
So we got our main event then. It was quite a short NXT. Like,
well, we had a quick contract signing as well just before that.
Oh, of course we did. Yeah.
I mean, we may as well save the in-depth discussion about the match until next week. But what about the segment itself? I really enjoyed the. Well, I was mixed on the promo actually that Becky Lynch did. Was she purposefully trying to sound nervous, or?
Yeah, I think so. I thought it was a very good promo in my opinion, but
yeah, because it went from the actual vignettes that were showing of her talking about her journey, they were really good, and then
yeah, very good. Yeah,
when she got the mic, I would say a live mic, pretty much. She just sounded really nervous and stuttery, and couldn't seem to get a full thought going.
Yeah, I don't know if that was intentional
That's what I was thinking.
Whether it was just on her part being nervous because it's the first time I suppose she spoke with a live mic. Really, I don't know. I kind of got the impression it was intentional because she's like, riled up and stuff, and it was adding to the emotion of it. But who knows? But it was a good promo from her.
Oh, definitely. And Sasha Banks doesn't need saying really, but she's just incredible.
Oh, definitely. Amazing
she
Sasha Banks.
Signs the contracts with a stamp.
That was such a great moment when she pulled that out. I was like, well, what's she doing here?
I thought it was going to be a pen with like a glittery pen or something.
Yeah, something like that. You'd
blinked out pen.
And then it was like a stamp, wasn't it? That was great. Yeah, someone picked up that in Thingy's promo, she added a line from a Irish UFC fighter. He was doing a promo, I think it was a few weeks back, and she took a line from that about, I think it was the Irish aren't here to, it was like we're here to take over or something. It was a really good line, and yeah, she's paid homage to, she must be a big UFC fan, I suppose, MMA fan.
Yeah. What do you think of her calling it NBXT?
Yeah, it's great when she says that.
It's bad when I say it because I can't. She makes it fit into a sentence. It's probably the accent.
Yeah, but when anyone else tries to say it sounds very awkward.
It's very awkward, yeah.
But yeah, it is
almost as awkward as her headbanging. She did it in front of William Regal. I could just tell Regal was thinking, "Oh, please."
Yeah, Regal's like, "What the hell are you doing?" But yeah, it's odd, but she seems to calm it down a little from what she usually does. But
yeah, it's true.
I suppose we'll just see.
And their in-ring talent makes up for it as well.
Yeah, definitely. It was great to see the attack from Sasha as well. I thought she was going to put her through the table at one point, which would have been nice. I think the crowd expected that as well when she stood on top of the table, but she didn't. She just rubbed it in her face, I suppose, put a boot on top of her head on the table. She looked very strong, I suppose we should say.
Very strong.
I'm really looking forward to their match. I think Becky's been underrated a lot since she debuted. It's good to see she's getting a moment. I think it's going to be a great match between these two.
Yeah, really will. It's going to kill the show.
It will indeed. And then we did get to our main event. Surprised to see Atami and Breeze fighting each other again. I didn't really expect that. We got Balor coming out, sit ringside.
Finn Balor in a suit as well. Very flash.
Indeed. There was an awesome moment as well where he did the too sweet pose hand gesture to a guy in the crowd that had a Bullet Club t-shirt on, so that was pretty awesome. But yeah, this was a great match for these two, as they have been doing in their series. They've had awesome stuff. Really enjoyed that match.
God, he's gone again. Oh, he's back.
Yeah, back. I don't know what's going on with this, but
you better fix that for when your input is
when you're relevant, Mike.
I'm going to try and start it now. Just give me a sec. I'm going to try and start it.
Alright.
You saw that while we discuss NXT. Yeah, so great match from these two. Did you enjoy it?
I really did, yeah.
I think I was kind of glad to see Atami get the win. Breeze kind of won their feud, didn't they? Surprisingly, so it was good to see Atami get the win in this one. Builds the momentum. I mean, it does throw up the question: how we're going to
say that? Yeah.
We did get the news this week that it seems like he may be injured, out for up to 8 months. I think I read. Whether this is true or not, I mean, we haven't got any official word, have we? It's
a long time though, if it is.
That's a very long time. It's worrying, really. I think he was just starting to, get to his peak. Well, not peak, but he was starting to build towards a main event push in NXT. I think he would have probably won the number one contenders match. So if he is out, it's kind of a big blow for his career, but I suppose we'll just have to see what the official word is on it, and we'll discuss whatever that is on our pre-show for the pay-per-view. But
yeah. Who do you think he'll be replaced with? If
this is the thing: will they replace him, or will they just do a one-on-one, or will they bring in? Well, we've got our newest signing. They did a little hype package video for him on this week's NXT, didn't they? Nation.
I was digging that. Yeah.
He's such a great talent. I can't wait to see
I've
him
never
in
seen him
NXT.
outside of. Well, I've never seen him before, but
Yeah.
just looking at him.
Never seen him outside.
Well, I can tell he's back out.
I don't know what's. I genuinely think it might be my headphones because it seems it put the call on hold twice and then hung up.
Maybe it is then.
So how do you put a call on hold on this? I don't even know.
God knows.
So anyway, NXT main event.
No,
I
it
wasn't
just been
talking
through.
about that actually. So I think it would be good if it was UR Nation getting a pretty big push, getting straight into a contenders match. I doubt he would win, but
No,
it'd be a very impressive showing for him if he debuted like that. But I am excited for his debut, definitely. I mean, from what I've seen of him outside of NXT, he's great. So I think he can bring a lot to WWE. It will be a surprise, I think, for a lot of people to see what he's capable of doing for his size.
I'm excited for it, man. I really
Is he
am.
big or small?
He's big. Quite big.
Right.
He's very muscular, I'd say that.
Biggie Langston muscular.
Yeah, kind of. He's not tall, but he's muscular. So,
Like Biggie Langston.
but he's very agile. He can do all sorts of flippy shit. So
not like Biggie Langston.
no, not at all.
Hence the reason he said no when you first asked, like Biggie Langston.
Well, he said to start small and muscular, so it does fit the description.
He fits the look, I suppose. But
Oh God, Aaron. God.
what? No, small and muscular, like you just said. But
Yeah, no, that's what I meant. Yeah,
Yeah.
But you can't just compare wrestlers, as Adam said.
anyway. So it was a pretty decent episode of NXT this week. We got actually we should say about the Balor sort of tease at the end, like showing a heelish side to him. Would you say?
You're not heel, Baylor.
No, it was
You seem quite heel in Manchester.
well. Yeah,
Well,
but
that was
that's
more just because live crowd reaction, really.
yeah, and he was facing an Englishman. That's why that happened. But anyway,
Do you mean Baylor's not English?
he's Irish.
Oh, right, God. Japan. No, joking.
Oh my god.
I am actually part Irish, so,
Yeah, it's all good then. Yeah.
It's all good.
Wait, you're part Irish?
I don't know that.
You Jippo.
Oh, yeah. The thieves and gypsy bastards.
Anyway. So, yeah, it was a good episode of NXT this
Yeah,
week.
very good.
Looking forward to it is the go home episode next week, isn't it? I'm
Yeah.
right in saying
No,
that.
won't it be the... They usually hold the pay-per-views on the same day.
I don't
did not-
think they show another episode, do they, on the same day?
No, that's what I mean, so won't it just be this special next week, or...
I don't even know what dates we're up to. Where are we? No, it's the week after.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, so we've got...
Oh.
That's a quick question.
I'm a week early.
Does it not I don't know, because Raw's live and it makes it sort of better that it's live. Does it not have that bad effect on NXT since it's not live?
No.
because it's so well put
Quality
together.
matches, mate.
Yeah, it's so good that it doesn't have any effect. Like, you wouldn't feel like you was watching like Smackdown, for example, where you can tell that's like pre-recorded. With NXT, it seems very raw and natural. The crowd reactions are always amazing, like better than Raw crowds a lot of the time. So it feels it's just one of the best wrestling products out there right now. To be honest, you can't tell a lack of quality or anything.
Is it not like a sort of fair to you, say, like, when the wrestler does come up from NXT to thingy and then they just get badly booked, like saying,
Oh, definitely.
Bo Dallas and like, what's the other one? I can't even
Adam
think of
Rose.
his name now. Yeah, no, not him. There was another one.
Who?
Oh.
I can't even think who it is now. He came up from NXT and he's just done fuck all since.
Um,
Will you hold that thought? I'm intrigued.
Oh no, yeah. Can't think who it is now.
Neither can we.
Oh, come back to me.
Well,
So, yeah, anyway, great episode of NXT. Very good stuff there. So I think before we do move on from that, I think I'll put our nice little shout outs in there that I always enjoy to do. We are partnered with Pro Wrestling Powerhouse. Great guys over there. It's got some great wrestling articles, especially one at the minute, which we'll lead on to what we discuss in a minute. Why wrestling fans should be watching Lucha Underground. Great article by Matthew Burgess over there. It puts forward a great case of why you should be watching it. Awesome stuff from Lucha Underground. I will get into that. I know I've not discussed it for a few weeks on this podcast, but awesome stuff. So be sure to check out that article and many more on their site, prowrestlingpowerhouse.com. And we do also have United Podcast Network. We are part of that 24-hour live streaming service for wrestling podcasts. It's completely free, so you can check that out at unitedpodcast.weebly.com.
and thank you for keeping us alive on Podbean.
Of course, we always like to give our shout out to Podbean. We're having great response as always over there, so thank you guys for supporting us over there. So, shall we move on
Smackdown.
to... I was going to say Lucha Underground, but...
Do it in day order.
Right, so what's next?
It would be Lucha Underground next.
You go ahead, Aaron.
You go, girl.
Good girl. That was awful, but go on.
So anyway, I've not discussed Lucha Underground for a few weeks, so there have been awesome stuff for the past few weeks. We did get the climax to the three-man tag team tournament, which is so awesome. That was a new belt, a new title belt they introduced. Awesome matches they've had for the past few weeks. That culminated, I think it was not last week, the week before, if I'm right. Awesome stuff. So it was very deserving winners. So anyway, leading us on to this week. After the amazing shows we've had these past few weeks, I do feel like it was a bit of a not a letdown, but it wasn't quite as good in quality this week. We had the Crew starting off defeating Angelico and Son of Havoc with Evil East at ringside. They are our champions. It was a very good match. They're all great workers in this match. Good stuff. Glad to see the Crew getting a victory. They do deserve it because they're often on the losing end, as watchers
Jobbers.
will know. They kind of are like the jobbers of Lucha Underground, which is kind of a shame because they're great talent, but it was good to see them getting a win this week, even though it wasn't the clean victory that I suppose they need, but it was still great to see them get a win. We had, it wasn't really a match, but we got the debut of Daivari. Do you remember Daivari?
Oh, yeah.
From,
The Indian guy.
Yeah. They've kind of built this up for a few weeks. He's been sat in the crowd, like kind of watching the show and stuff.
God, yeah, go Costa today. Football reference for anyone who watched the Liverpool Chelsea match.
So yeah, they slowly introduced him. He got involved in a match. I think it was last week. So it was he had his debut this week. It kind of wasn't a match. He came out for a match with Tejano. That ended by DQ in a matter of seconds. Nice little beatdown. Daivari escaped, ran away. So I think we will be seeing a nice little feud from these two. Looking forward to that. Then we had Cage and King Cuerno fighting Hernandez and Prince Puma. Puma is awesome, really.
Some sick names for those.
That's so good. Some really good
Puma.
names. Prince Puma, yeah. You've got to see his attire as well. It's so good. But anyway, moving from the point.
Sure, it's not Puma.
Anyway,
Puma.
Shut up.
Anyway.
So anyway, he is probably their best. I'll say it all along, right?
That's proper gig made me laugh.
He's probably their best talent over in Lucha Underground. He is seriously one of the best wrestlers in the world right now. Awesome stuff.
Who John Cena?
So this was a great match from them too. This tag match. We finally got the Hernandez heel turn that we've been seeing building up for weeks and weeks now. So that did finally happen, giving Cage and King Cuerno the victory. Awesome match from them, all great talents in this match. And we do get to our main event, which has also been building for a couple of months now, which is one great thing about Lucha Underground. You always have a reason for a match to be happening, whether it's the fact that it's just two guys that are awesome in the ring together, or it's the fact that it's been a story building for weeks or months. That's the great. There's no loose ends in Lucha Underground, which is why I love it so much. But
It
we
must
got
be different to the WWE then, when they stick like R-Truth and Stardust in the ring.
definitely. So our main event was Alberto El Patron versus Johnny Mundo. This was
Is Albo the real? Or
it
is that...
is indeed.
Right, yeah.
So that was a fantastic match from these two. It has been building for a long time. It was a very big fight feel to the match. Alberto came up on the winning end. Like I said, awesome match from these two. Glad to see Alberto get the win. I think he did
He's a
deserve
heel
it
or
the
face?
most. He's kind of like a tweener. Like, the crowd love him, but he kind of acts
He's a
like
bastard.
he kind of acts like he did in WWE. Really, he comes across like nice, but he's also kind of like behind
dickhead.
people's backs. Like yeah, he's a bit like yeah. Anyway, that sums him up perfectly. So it was an awesome match from these. That was a contendership match next week. Alberto will be facing Hernandez for the number one contendership. So that should be great stuff from them too. I can see probably something else going down with that match. Probably a screwy finish or something with either Mundo or Puma getting involved. As you love me pronouncing it, Mike.
Puma. You sure it's not Puma?
Well, you can pronounce it either way, really. Some pronounce it Puma, some pronounce it Puma. It's however you want to say it.
Go on.
So it was a great show this week. Probably not as good as it's been last week or probably a couple of weeks before that, because it has been just so amazing. Probably rivaling NXT for the best wrestling content out there right now. Like, I really, honestly, I really do like urge people to watch it that don't watch it, 'cause it's so good.
Get watching it, guys. I know me and Adam don't watch it, but get watching it.
The thing that makes it unique as well, it's very cinematic in the way, like, all the backstage stuff, it has like a film feel to it. They do something which I've never really seen in wrestling before, where they present like all the outside of the ring stuff like it's some sort of film or TV show, and it works really well because it gives it a very unique feel. I think the production values in there is like unrivaled at the minute. It's so great.
I was going to ask that because it's like, with WWE you get that feeling it's quite wealthy. Does it have that same feel? Is it quite
Yeah, well, it's filmed in Hollywood as well, so you can imagine like the set and everything is all like it's built uniquely for Lucha Underground. It's at the same place every week, so it has they call it the temple, so it has a very like prestigious feeling to it. It's there's a lot of production that goes into it. So
what channel's it on? I might actually watch it this week.
Well, it's on the El Rey network, but we don't get that, so you'll have to find it by other methods.
Go on.
Well, that's for you to discover.
I have a good site for you, Mike. Don't worry.
Gotcha, no. It's not illegal, is it?
No,
it's not.
Oh, good.
So great stuff from there. I do urge other people to get involved, especially you, Adam, because I know you would love it. If you do find an hour every week to watch a bit of Lucha Underground, then it's worth it. Definitely worth it.
Well, I've got no excuse to not, especially now that uni's finished.
Yeah, you bastard.
Yep. So yeah, the good thing about it is as well, you can kind of join in at any point. Like, I wouldn't say there's a specific point you need to come into, to catch up with anything.
Yeah.
Commentary does a great job of, putting across why these two people are fighting.
Is Jim Ross on it?
No. It's Matt Striker and Vampiro. So, at times Vampiro can be a bit off with his commentary, but overall,
Matt Striker's the commentary king on that. Jesus Christ,
Matt Striker's great. Anyway,
he used to be so not like in the terms of like
because he hated Cena.
Did he hate Cena?
Well, he hated like all the faces, really.
Yeah. I used to love Matt Striker as a commentator.
I thought he was great as
He's
well.
great in Lucha Underground as well. Excuse me, he's great in Lucha Underground as well. So, you know, you should watch it for commentary as well, which is great and a lot better than WWE.
Might give it a
in my
watch
opinion.
this week.
It's good stuff.
How was that so easy? I don't
know, yeah.
understand.
Do you mean?
Like, normally, you just
I
instantly
know,
say no. I'm proud
When
of
you
you.
said Alberto Del Rio's there, I thought, yeah, must watch it now.
My only gripe with Alberto
But you didn't
at
like
the minute
No, yeah, I'm going to question it. Carry on.
is that he's still wearing his WWE trunks. It
To be fair, Drew
The
did
gold
that.
ones.
Yeah, it has HDR on the back of them. It's like, why are you still wearing them? It's like, I'm sure you've got plenty of money
Drew
to
did that
afford.
for a while. He did that when I went to see him at that indie show. He was wearing his McIntyre ones. It's pretty cool. Pretty nostalgic.
Who remembers that?
Oh,
Well, the few hundred people that were in the room probably. Wasn't on telly, you see, so...
Oh, right.
Yeah.
so there you go, Mike.
That's
Got you
otherwise
in your place.
he wouldn't have done
There
it.
you go, yeah. God, there's my career.
I'm glad it wasn't on telly because it meant it was
watching Drew McIntyre.
Well, I went watching Drew McIntyre, wasn't I?
Sorry, Drew.
Yes.
Go
Yeah,
away.
it is indeed.
Don't act like you don't know.
I hear it every day.
He loves it.
So that does move us on to SmackDown, I think. What did you think of SmackDown this week? I thought it was a good show. I heard you're not too pleased with it, Adam.
Yeah, I thought it was pretty lacking.
Are you
really.
psychic, Aaron?
I am indeed. I thought it was pretty decent show.
Decent. That's a new 3-count podcast word.
There we go.
Very similar to decent, the definition.
It is very, very similar.
We'll just steal the definition, but we'll keep the word. No, I found thought it was a bit lackluster. Yeah,
It wasn't
Ah,
great.
took
It
the
wasn't
words right out of
great,
his
but
mouth.
I enjoyed the main event segment.
oh yeah, that
but
was great. That
we'll
was
get to
like
that.
raw-worthy segment, but
Yeah,
That,
definitely.
it was like SmackDown in 2008. That maybe a bit young. Maybe it genuinely
2008
was.
SmackDown wasn't really very good. To be
No,
honest.
I agree.
That
I don't know.
When was Booker T there?
Booker T.
Like, when he was King of the Ring. What year was that?
That was like 7, 6.
Six,
Yes.
late 6.
Right,
early
that's
7.
what I meant then.
Yeah, that was good SmackDown.
I had the main event feeling of like when it led to a pay-per-view, just something like that happened at the end. It was like, yes, cannot wait for this.
The entire WWE product 8 to 10 was like terrible, like really bad stuff. Like, well, anyway,
Why Casino was the champion? Was that genuinely the reason?
no, there was so many bad things, like the guest hosts every week and
that
all
was stupid. That
terrible stuff. But
it's like I'm getting you to host a football program. The people they had on, it's like, well, what do you mean WWE? I thought it was F.
that was the best when I can't remember who it was that came on. Someone came on and was like, "Oh yeah, Summerfest." It's like, oh god, wow.
Did Shawn Michaels make a little joke out of that as
Yeah, I
well?
think a lot.
Remember
of people
the
ended
Triple
up-
H shop when he was in the cafe? He was
Oh
a chef.
yeah.
He was like, "You need to come back in time for SummerSlam." And Shawn Michaels was like, "I thought it was Summerfest."
Yeah. That was one of the bright spots of 2009 when DX came back. That was really good. But apart from that, it was quite a bad time, the darkest timeline, as we like to say. But
To be fair, I think that was when the blip when I stopped watching it. You know.
yeah, I'm not surprised really. I think a lot of people
Call
tuned
yourself
out.
a real fan.
You know what it means though? Is Raw's only good when I'm watching it.
All right. Of course it does.
Of course it does. Except from now, Cena's not the champion. That shouldn't change.
Oh wow. Wow.
He's a champion. Be great.
I know, yeah, exactly, Mike.
But not the champion.
Wow.
You offer me tomorrow.
The belt doesn't make the superstar.
Oh,
Yeah, no, he makes the belt. That's what he does. The United
Right.
States Championship has never been higher, elevated.
I agree.
anyway.
It's always been about
so.
shitty rivalries rather than actual, championships.
So let's get back to SmackDown. I think.
Yeah, because Cena wasn't on SmackDown, was he?
I mean, I don't know. Like, I do
Good.
agree with your point. It was quite lackluster in the fact that talking about specific matchups isn't really the most exciting things to talk about. I don't think this week on SmackDown.
I can't remember many of the matches. I remember.
Exactly. I remember mainly segments from this week's
Yeah, that's
SmackDown.
exactly.
Weren't Luke Harper against Fandango?
It was indeed. I think
And it was,
that's the best way to review this week's SmackDown, because match-wise, we can't really say what was good and bad, because nobody really got long in any matches, and I won't say really any of the matches was quality, bar the probably tag match, which was very good.
You know what's weird though? It's like SmackDown. You watch it for 2 hours, and it's sort of like you wait for that bit where it's that good it could be on Raw, and then the rest of it you just watch and you think, why did I watch that?
Yeah,
I mean, don't get me wrong, I'll still watch it, but I mean, I've not watched it for the past 2 weeks, in fairness, but because I've been,
yeah, you've been doing stuff.
Can't be arsed, to be honest. And it's a case of now
you
you
still
watch
got
it
a
and you just
hangover
think,
from the cider he had 2 weeks ago.
3 weeks ago, Jesus Christ, that messed me up, that can. But yeah, it's just like you watch it and it's just like, you're waiting for this, you're waiting for it to get good, you're waiting for the next match, and it never does. And even if the matches are good, they don't seem that good because they're on SmackDown. And it's bad to, we do slag off SmackDown a lot, but it's that case now where you slag it off all the time.
It's the first time check the records. It's the first SmackDown that I've not enjoyed very much.
Not on the podcast though. I mean, not off the but genuinely though, it isn't as good as what it should be.
No,
I agree with that, but I do always defend it because you're the one who always says it needs what do you say?
It needs rebranding.
Yeah, that's it.
Rebrand him, dickhead.
So anyway,
but genuinely though, if Bryan ever recovers from that injury, they should make Bryan the face of SmackDown with the IC Championship.
And he wants to be that, so that would work.
The problem
very well.
is, it's the creative. I don't think are behind it. Which
get Heyman running the show again.
Oh, he said he'd never do that though, didn't he? He said he hated his time writing SmackDown.
Yeah, but everyone says they won't do something, then they do it. But Hitler said he weren't going to invade Poland. There you go.
Well, always unexpected things on this podcast coming up. But
I think this is the second week in a row, to be fair, I brought up Hitler.
Yeah,
I'm not a fan of him or anything, just to let you know, guys. Viva England. Well on number 2.
So anyway, you did.
So I think we can all agree match of the night was Naomi versus whoever she faced.
Facing Emma.
Was it Emma?
I cannot believe you just said that about Emma.
Oh, sorry, Mr. fucking Emma's biggest fan.
I thought you was a fan. No, I'm not a huge fan of her, but you're supposed to be a big fan, and you just said whoever she faced.
I know, yeah. That's disappointing.
That was pretty bad, that, because you fancy Naomi and her big relative.
I love the shoes, honestly.
Blood is thicker than water between them two.
Anyway, yeah, so that was...
family.
Well, I don't know. I wouldn't say good match. Alright. Any different thoughts?
It was just one of them where like Emma's come from NXT to get beat up, and it's just like, why not beat up someone who's already on the roster?
Yeah,
like Natalia.
No, because she's
fine. You'd known about anything, wouldn't you?
To be fair, no, I wouldn't, because it means that she could actually be in the title picture rather than just sat around with Tyson Kidd.
She's doing a great job of that.
Yeah,
she is. But
I actually thought she was going to be the mystery partner the other day. Why was that? That was on SmackDown, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was.
Yeah, it was indeed.
Oh, that confused me. Ryback.
Oh. Ryback, yeah.
Yeah, but it did have some awesome spots, that match.
It was a good match, but it just confused me. I think
Cesaro's too strong.
Me and
he needs to be tested for some sort of...
Cesaro
he needs to be tested for alien steroids.
He's such a beast, Cesaro. He's so good. Anyway, I'm not going to start getting on the Cesaro praise again. I've already done that.
Oh yeah, you bandwagoner. Fucking, I didn't like him 3 weeks ago. Now you love him.
Of course I did. I've always liked Cesaro, but anyway.
Yeah, old chestnut. Fucking hell, why has he won the Andre the Giant Battle Royal? He'll do fuck all afterwards.
Shut up, Mike. I never said that. Anyway.
You were right.
Anyway.
You would have been a time predictor.
So, as you did bring up at the start of our SmackDown discussion, we had Luke Harper facing Fandango this week, which led to something that I'm very excited to see. Seems like we're getting Eric Rowan and Harper back together.
Yes.
So,
I've been wanting that.
Thought he didn't like bullies, and then he bullies Fandango or something thing, innit? It's a bit hypocritical.
Well, he's realised that doesn't get him anywhere, so...
You know what's weird?
What?
It's been like 3 months since the Big Show's turned. Is that like a record?
I think it is, you know. So anyway, I'm glad
it's
to
longer
see...
than that, isn't it?
Yeah, it's been a lot longer, I think. Wasn't it Survivor Series last year? Yeah. Anyway,
oh my god, it's nearly been a year.
Mike with his time frames.
5 months, nearly a year.
It feels that short, that's the problem. It's gone fast so quick.
5 months? It's 7
gone
months,
fast
isn't it?
so quick.
It's just gone fat. Yeah, it has.
Struggling to put sentences together like Reigns, are you? Oh, that was a
Oh.
sick burn.
Whoa, Aaron.
That was brilliant. What a way
Aaron.
to get to the end.
Oh, Aaron. No.
It's true though. Until last week, you couldn't put attendance
You're
together.
having a laugh. You're having a laugh.
You suffering succotash. I don't know what I'm saying.
Oh,
But,
we can't bring that up yet. Anyway, we've not got to the main event. But anyway, that was great stuff to see them two. Seemingly teasing the reunion. So that's.
Will they
great.
be the White Brothers again?
I'm wondering this. It's like, will they be back with Wyatt, or will it just be a single?
Because none of them are called brothers. None of them are called Wyatt, are they? So if they're not without Wyatt, they can't really be the White Brothers.
It was the Wyatt family anyway, not brothers.
Yeah, no, but they're not going to be the Wyatt family, just the two. None of them called Wyatt.
Unless
I
they
mean,
reunite
you
with
can call
Bray, and then they will be, won't they?
Why they reunite with Bray? Maybe they'll all
King-
take on Ryback.
Kings of the Swamp, something like that.
Yeah. Bray Wyatt said in many interviews that we need to wait and see what happens with that because he's not finished with it.
Oh.
Sons of the Soil.
I love Wyatt's well, you call him shoots, I suppose. He sort of sticks to kayfabe, but then casually breaks it, and you have to sort of decipher what he's saying, and it's really cool.
Like Ryback on Twitter.
It's like his real promos. Yeah, like Ryback on Twitter.
So
didn't he have to delete every one of his tweets after that?
I think WWE might have done it. It wouldn't surprise me. I imagine they have access to all the accounts.
yeah, I'm sure they do.
Pretty weird, isn't it?
They own them. Do you really think they're able to get their own Twitter names just by signing up for Twitter? If that makes sense.
Maybe if they sign up really early.
Like Triple H, for example, he joined in 2012 or whatever, and he managed to get at Triple H as his username.
Wow, that's weird. That's what they have to do, buy him.
Probably.
No,
maybe
you
not.
could put things into Twitter where you say people are impersonating you, and
Yeah.
they can solve it.
Plus, it is a copyrighted name, I think.
Yeah, yeah, I imagine it.
Do you remember that guy who, you won't know this because you're a football fan, and I don't know if it was true, but there was a big rumour that, Zlatan Ibrahimovic, it was quite a few years ago, this is a footballer who plays for PSG now, and he wanted to, his website to be ZlatanIbrahimovic.com, but some 14-year-old kid owned the website, the URL, and he offered him loads of money, and he said something like, I'll let you have the site if I can punch you in the face.
Did he let
You can just imagine him. I don't know, I can't remember, I didn't read up on the rest of it. It was quite a few years ago.
Wow.
But can you imagine if he actually said, right, fine.
That would be pretty funny.
He's hard as fuck, this guy, though, so I can imagine it won't hurt him.
Yeah. Oh, anyway, at least you get a chance
Thanks,
to
Mike.
hit him. But, well, now
There's
we've lost
another
all our
football
listeners.
plug.
Lost all our listeners now, Mike. Thanks for that.
You're welcome, my friend. You are welcome.
Make sure you cut that one out, yeah.
No,
Yeah, edit that out.
No, joking, I'm sure.
So, I suppose there's nothing really noteworthy else to say about SmackDown apart from the main event segment, which was awesome.
Dean Ambrose was awesome in that.
Dean just awesome in general, as is
I just love,
Rollins.
Everyone's just looking at him move. Everyone's like, what the fuck are you doing with that table?
Yeah.
He just goes oh, come on, we know how this is going to end.
Exactly, it's so good.
To be fair, though,
Go on.
it's funny watching Ambrose because it's like, was he always this good? And then, he was. But it's like, why the fuck did they not do anything with him?
Exactly, it's like creative just forgot about him the entirety of this year.
It's like they forgot about Dre.
It was like, in one night, it just was like, oh yeah, Dean Ambrose is on our roster, let's put him in the main event.
Yeah, fuck it, yeah.
It's...
Right, Dean, how long have you been here? Fucking hell, I thought you were still in the Shield.
So, it's great to see Dean in the main event.
Seth really made me laugh because, I can laugh at things like this. When he said, you quoted it before, Roman trying to put sentences together, that really had me in tears, that one. That was really funny.
It was so great. I mean, we always praise Rollins. He's fantastic. Some of the stuff he was coming out with was great.
You gotta admit, Roman's come back for it. Yay or nay?
What did Roman say again?
Here's a sentence for you. I'm gonna punch you in the mouth or something like that. Oh, I'm gonna sign this.
What really a sentence was it? It was more of a quick brief sentence.
Two sentences, wasn't it? Here's a sentence, full stop. It could have been a comma, I don't know.
It was just sort of like one of them things where me strong, me will hit you. It was like, what real, there was no intelligence.
I just thought it sounded really badass, but I've already said I appreciated Seth's joke. It was really
right, one thing I do have to praise Roman for, I know, shock.
Was it being really, really strong?
No, he did deliver a brilliant Superman punch off the steel steps to Kane, was it? Is that right?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that
Bullshit,
was
that.
a very,
Why is everyone
very
going
good.
for Kane? What did Kane ever do to anyone?
Kane
Being
is
the
the
Crypt
bane of
Keeper.
life.
Kane should just fire people. He's director of operations.
I don't think that allows him to fire people, does it?
We could just say we've got an operation. It's fire. Roman Reigns.
Well, there we go.
And all the haters like Aaron will be like, yeah, please, yeah, go on, do it.
Hey, I praised him for something there. At least it's that.
You're still a hater, Aaron. You're still a hater.
So, awesome main event segment. I loved all that. It was definitely Raw worthy. Would you agree?
I agree. Yeah, one of the
I
more.
very much agree.
One of the more. Well, in
It's
that
one of them
case,
things again where
if
you're
Mike
thinking-
agrees, I don't agree. No, for sure.
Prick.
It-
It's one of them things though where you think, I'm glad it's on SmackDown, but why wasn't it on Raw? Because it was that good. I mean,
Oh, make
you
your
can't-
mind up. Do you want SmackDown
No,
to have
no.
good stuff or not?
I do, but I 100% do. But it's one of them where you're watching it and thinking, I've just watched this for 2 hours and that was brilliant. I
Well, I
mean,
didn't think.
why can't it be like that for most of the show, if not all of it?
Well, I would have thought that if I had watched SmackDown live. I'll give you that one.
There we go.
There you go. If you'd watched it, can you watch it? You can't watch it live, can you?
Shh.
Well,
Can you
no-
watch it live?
Well, no.
If you mean, can you watch what? When I say live, I don't mean as it happens. I mean when it's being brought.
Oh right, fine, yeah, I see.
Don't be a smark all your
life.
life.
I genuinely being a smack. I genuinely thought you were being as in live.
Anyway,
So yeah,
You
That was my
genuinely need to
fault,
upgrade your
evening.
microphone. That's what you need to do.
so
I've put my iPhone one in because it was the microphone that kept ending the call.
It's very fuzzy. Bzzz.
So let's move on.
I'll tell you what. If we make any money off this podcast, Mike, then you can invest in a decent microphone to record.
Not
it.
if, when, Aaron, when you
We're
some
not in it for
rolling
the
in.
money.
We're not at all.
That's what we want to think.
Yeah, that's
we
what we
tell
want to think.
ourselves.
Drink Coca-Cola, but just have
Thanks for the 33p we've made so far, or whatever it is.
I think it's
Have we actually
28.
made
To
that
be
much?
no, I think it's about
28.
29p, isn't it? Actually.
That's nearly 10p each. I'm buying a mix up me.
Well, I'm to 45. Yeah.
You can shove it up your ass.
You know, it took me about an hour to come up with that math. I'm not gonna lie.
Anyway, so
Yeah. Thank you, Aaron.
Adam. What? I don't even.
No, thank you for
Oh,
moving
right,
on.
for moving on, right?
Dick.
I lose where we're up
One
to.
time he gets your name right and you
I know, yeah, and you
put him down
reject
for
it.
it. Oh.
I
What
know.
a bastard.
It's that rare that whenever he says something like Aaron, I just presume that he's aiming it at you, so I try to correct him, but there we go. Anyway, so decent SmackDown, decent week. Looking forward to next week. Should be a good week. We did have our podcast after Raw this week where we discussed it was probably the best Raw in ages. Hopefully that carries on next week. I'm not hopeful, but let's hope it is as good as it was.
Such a hater.
It's hard to top that, Mike. That was a very good episode of Raw, but
Yeah, but you can follow up. You don't have to top it. You can follow up, though.
they can follow up. But whether they're capable of doing that, let's see. So
I genuinely think this is an insult. You should get a job at WWE, just like going, nah, shit, do something else.
I'm sure there's a lot more qualified people that would be better suited in that role.
Yeah, but they're all IWQers, and they're probably doing their job shite now, so, you know.
Anyway, so it was a very good week, I suppose. We are looking forward to next week. Be sure to tune in next Tuesday or Wednesday, whenever the episode does go
Aaron's
up.
connection ends up putting it up.
We will be able to check our Twitter for when it does go up.
Yeah.
We even post that it's gone up.
Of course we do.
Don't we? It
So-
never seems to be like
No,
on
there's
YouTube,
no we about it. It's either me or Aaron.
Yeah, exactly.
Which I suppose is a we, but you're not included in that we.
We the people.
I just put fake stuff about Aaron on it.
About who I voted in the general election. Anyway, that's not to be
It's just-
discussed.
It's something that we all have a vast amount of information about.
So anyway, be sure to tune in for our Raw review next week. We will be doing an NXT preview. Oh, wait, is that next week? No, I'm getting.
Well, we'll
ahead
do
of-
the-
week after. Even I know that. Come on, Aaron.
I'm getting ahead of
Play the
myself
game.
now. So yeah, be
Too
sure to
excited.
tune in for
That's
our
the
Raw
problem.
review next week. And yeah, we'll be sure to subscribe, like us on YouTube, check us out on Podbean, and subscribe to us on iTunes. So, thanks a lot for listening, guys.
Danka.
Good night.
Bye, guys. Bye.
You've been listening to the 3 Count Podcast. Be sure to tune in next week for more weekly wrestling roundup.